Hello, my friend. This is Brother Jay of Bearded Frog. How you doing today? As for me, I don't know. I could be doing better. Um, I've been hearing a lot about this thing called YouTube Heroes, which is apparently an idea by Google, YouTube. They're the same company, but it's so weird to try to separate them out. But anyway, it's this new thing that they've got going on where people will go and they're being asked to flag videos for copyright and offensiveness and have them removed or whatever. And I got to thinking about that. It's like, okay, was there some kind of conversation in the corporate office that went, hey, our content ID flagging system just isn't good enough. Um, the fact that we have every major production company in the world set up on content ID so that unless a video is 100% self-created and is in no way at all even close to being similar to something that's already been produced, we need to get people to go narc on each other. That's what we need. We need people to help us make YouTube politically correct, I guess, is the goal here. Um, so it wasn't bad enough that we had people pretending to be publishers and artists and that sort of thing, and going up and getting people's videos deliberately removed and getting strikes on their accounts. Now we have that sort of behavior being even more encouraged. Um, and from what I understand, there's a sort of point system involved. You flag enough videos, you get enough points, and you, I don't know, you win a freaking teddy bear or something. People who do this sort of thing probably do need something to cuddle with at night because I don't know how they can live with themselves. You know, the problem with this whole system is not piracy, it's not thieves, it's not people claiming other people's stuff as their own. The problem is that creative license and fair use are being completely trampled over. It goes back to the formation of the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which was somehow supposed to protect people's intellectual property online and has instead evolved into just this grotesque monster that doesn't really protect anybody because the major record and label companies, okay, yeah, sure, they get protected, but if you're an independent artist, you don't get that same protection. You have to go through a third-party company. You have to go through a corporation to have your independent creation protected. And that's kind of the whole point of being an independent producer, is that you're not going through another company. And, you're doing this on your own. You're making your own way. Um, and you're also still trying to get your name out there and get recognized and become famous. So being an independent producer is exactly what a YouTube content creator is doing. Um, some of us go and we form alliances. We join recognition groups like, say, Machinima and Cinemasker and stuff like that. Big time productions that have already made their name, they already have a footprint and they have a following. And that's how this whole thing started in the first place. Word of mouth goes so far, and then combining the word of mouth from several sources goes even further than that. All of this just gets kind of shoved aside by stuff like what's going on now, the YouTube Heroes thing, the DMCA, the Content ID flagging system. I mean, what are they trying to do to YouTube? They've made their money, and now it's time to just phase the system out? Is that what we're doing? Is that our goal? Because if that is, then yeah, that's pretty disappointing. This YouTube experiment, the experience has been fantastic up to this point. And, it's only in the last, I'd say, 4 years that we actually started having some kind of drama involved with creating, producing, and uploading your own material. And it's like, some of the stuff just really, it bothers me. It's like, I have in my own idea box that I'd like to take a famous song and, put it to words or put it to images. That was one of my first ideas. And, only the people who've been with my channel the absolute longest ever saw one attempt I made to do exactly that. And, um, well, I did it twice. One of it was with my old intro song, "No One Leaves the Hive," which was done by Bronified, who's now known as Neary. I think I'm saying that right. And I think it turned out fantastic. It was a fantastic video that, was an early prototype. It said, "This is what we do here." And it showed the various scenes from the game, screen caps that I had taken when I was playing it. And then the second one was an actual song. At this point, I'm not even going to, name what it was, but, I just had this funny idea one day. Hey, I'm going to take the song and I'm going to put all these pictures to it that, like whenever a lyric comes up, this is what I pictured. Kind of like like when you picture stuff from like what Weird Al is doing. You watch a Weird Al Yankovic video or something of that effect. Then yeah, that's the idea behind this. Well, I went to upload it and it was immediately hit with a copyright strike. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this at all. And when I first started watching YouTube videos, that sort of thing was common. We had, like, Pulp Fiction put to words in a creative ways. Like, it's so hard to describe a phonetic video, but that's what it was. You had the audio, but in place of the video, you had like, the words go on, and then it was like kind of a karaoke sort of thing. You'd have like giant words falling down from top, small words coming up, and then you'd have like little letters expanding as the voice rose, that sort of thing. And you don't really have that anymore. I mean, maybe it's still out there. I haven't looked in a long time, but it's just another casualty of the free speech war. And that's pretty much what this is all boiling out to. It is a war on free speech, it's a war on creative license, it's a war on free use, and it's really irritating. It's irritating that political correctness has taken everything that we love about being alive and has systematically worn that down and pigeonholed it, and now anybody who tries to be creative runs the risk of being labeled a thief, a plagiarist, a liar, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's a dark time we live in, and this sort of thing just, it brings it really into focus. Like, there is no reason at all that we need a system where people are narking on each other. We didn't need a system where people who literally have no happiness in their lives get to go and get rewarded for taking that out on innocent people who are just trying to make others laugh or cry or think, or they're just junior like movie producers, content creators, musicians. I mean, I don't know, but YouTube had better do something about this. Google had better do something about this. Whoever it is that made this decision, they really need to reverse it. But anyway, that's it for now. I just want to just rant about that. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Stay frosty, my friend.